Spurs fans are so angry with us right now. You've spent 2 hours talking about Manchester United and you haven't once complimented Spurs, who took their chances fantastically today, Shaq.
Yeah, they were. Tottenham Hotspur were simply fantastic. And as I mentioned before, José Mourinho is ripping up his pre-game team talk and match plan 30 seconds into this game. And Spurs respond, not only in the comical nature of the first goal and the equaliser, but how well they played and the awareness of Harry Kane and Heung-Min in crafting the second goal. And then the third, okay, and then they have a numerical advantage from there on in. But what we've seen from Spurs, I'm trying to remember who their first game of the season was, but I just remember
they lost against Everton.
Everton.
Correct. And I remember how critical we were of the pedestrian nature of that Spurs performance. And I remember me saying that my concern was this was a Spurs team that was looking more like Manchester United under José Mourinho than anything that any Spurs fan would be willing to accept. And then the signing of Gareth Bale. And as much as he's not been available to Spurs, I think you've seen a Spurs team almost respond in that they realize, hold on, we're a big club. We play attacking football. And that's what you've seen from them. And it's hard to explain otherwise. But what you saw from them this week and for instance, against Chelsea in the Cup, it's been chalk and cheese to what you saw against Everton earlier on.
It really has, and a lot of Spurs fans, of course, thoroughly enjoying this. And this Son-Kane partnership up front is destroying defences, Frank.
Yes, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, I know how many passes and assists they give to each other on top of scoring goals. I mean, the partnership is absolutely fantastic. We talked about those two guys in the Everton game when Shaka was mentioning the body language of those two players. Were really down, not willing to run too much, and it's why we had concerns about the Tottenham future. But they reacted so much. I don't know what happened in the dressing room since. I mean, they won the last four games. They've been absolutely fantastic. They smashed the team that they played. I mean, how many goals they scored in 2 games? 13, I think. It's crazy. And I saw a new Serge Aurier as well. I mean, Serge Aurier had a fantastic game today. And all the players had a fantastic game today. They were spot on. I mean, they were really going into the game. And they respected Manchester United by hammering Manchester United. And that's what I'm expecting for professional players. So well done, Spurs. I mean, they are changing my mind about their future because, after the first game, like last season, but now it's getting better.
Shaka, you've been one of Mourinho's harshest critics over the last couple of years. Are you wrong?
On the strength of this performance, yes. As of right now, I am wrong on the strength of this performance. I'd like to see Spurs continue to play this kind of football. And as I mentioned, with Gareth Bale coming back in, you hope that they go from strength to strength. And there's an understanding around that club as to who they are and the direction that they're going. I sincerely hope that we're not in 2 months' time talking about Gareth Bale in the same way that we spoke about, I think I mentioned this before, Samuel Eto'o playing left back at Inter Milan for José Mourinho, albeit within the Champions League. That's not who they are. That's not who he is. And given, again, this performance, I am happy to say I have been wrong in my criticism, my early criticism of José Mourinho. But that's on the back of one performance. It takes a whole lot more to convince everybody as such.
I don't think Bale gets into this side.
I'm with you, Shaka. I'm with you, Shaka. I've been very critical about Jose and very strongly, after the first game. But we have to wait. I mean, there were some circumstances, about that game who made them win 6-1. They've been perfect. They did everything to win. Well done to them. But we want to see this game and the game after and the game after. Are we going to talk about Leicester, losing at home against West Ham?
No, we don't have time for that, Frank. We just spent 40 minutes on this.
They are second. They are second in the table. Second in the table. 3-0 against West Ham. Against Shaka former club.
Here then are all the results. As Frank said, the day started with a surprise win for West Ham, beating Leicester. Of course, came into the game off the back of that big win against Manchester City. Elsewhere, Southampton with a 2-0 win against West Brom. Arsenal 2-1 against Sheffield United. Wolves with a 1-0 win over struggling Fulham. We'll talk about more of this tomorrow. Stevie's here tomorrow. His thoughts on Liverpool will be interesting.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.